Every day there are burglaries, shootings, thefts, and vandalism costing victims millions of dollars in Oklahoma. And you hardly hear about these crimes because they happen along country roads. Cattle rustling and other agriculture crimes are the venue of a small force of special agents and rangers. Some work for the government. Others work for a private organization with roots in the Wild West.
A common sight in Oklahoma, herds of cattle, large and small, grazing on native grasses or wheat pasture. A tranquil scene that belies the crimes that happen every day.
The primary purpose for the start of the association was cattle theft. And here in 2012, our main activity is still cattle theft and law enforcement.
Joe Parker is president of the Texas Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, a private group of ranchers and others that was formed 135 years ago, specifically to fight cattle rustling. The association has 3 rangers in Oklahoma, agents like Paul Cornett.
We all have people in our areas that are known suspects or known thieves. If your local guy that's a doper and stealing all the stuff is hanging out around your gate, that's a clue. You might want to kind of be watching and letting somebody know.
Larry Gray is executive director of law enforcement for the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association.
We're extremely busy. We'll investigate from 9 to about 1,200 cases a year for 30 men. That's a lot of caseload. We get an average of 1 or 2 cattle thefts reports per day.
Bob Reesner is a Duncan businessman. He sells livestock trailers, including those with living quarters. Some cost $80,000 or more.
The one that we lost was a little over $50,000. Guy came in posing to be a customer, bought the trailer, gave us a stolen check. Turned out it was a stolen pickup that he pulled it off with.
Reesner says he called local authorities and the TSCRA Rangers, who took over the investigation and eventually caught the suspect in another state and solving a number of crimes in the process.
So they solved it for several different people. There were several pickups involved, trailers involved, tack, several different items.
The Rangers at the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association recovered $4.2 million in stolen livestock and other items last year, including nearly 8,000 of the more than 13,000 head that were reported stolen. Courts ordered more than $9 million in restitution from those convicted of the crimes. This private organization does have a public counterpart in Oklahoma. At the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, there is a special unit that does nothing but investigate crimes in rural areas. A team of 9 special agents spread out across the state, often putting more than 3,000 miles a month on their vehicles, tracking down rustlers, thieves, and outlaws. The favorite word to describe the suspects that Captain Jerry Flowers really likes to hunt down.
When my guys go in service in the morning at daylight, we're lucky to get home sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Captain Flowers says a drug habit is at the heart of most of these crimes.
Probably better than 80%, and I would even guesstimate it up to 90% of the individuals we have responsible for committing the thefts, these crimes in the agriculture arena, is somewhere connected to and associated with methamphetamines.
As we rode with Captain Flowers, we got an example of how frequent crimes on the farm occur with a call from one of his special agents.
It's Flowers. Very good, very good. All right, man, see you. Cattle right now standing at the cell barn down at OETA. And a guy who built them in down there, he's on the way down there right now to intercept that. But now he also just got a call, same agent, where 6 cattle have been shot and killed over in Hughes County.
And that's a normal day for agents of the Investigative Services Division of the State Agriculture Department, chasing the outlaws who drive the back roads of Oklahoma. Cattle rustling is still so prevalent because it can be very profitable.
That cow can break $1,300. And a thief goes out here and steals that cow, they take that thing to a livestock auction, and they'll sell it. They're going to get the same amount of money as the person who owned that cow took it and sold it.
87-year-old Harold Lowell has a small herd of cattle on his land north of Agra. Back in September, he got to his capture pens on a Saturday morning and noticed something wasn't right.
That old white cow standing there, she's standing right here inside the gate, which is, that gate down there is closed, and I thought, what's going on?
Harold discovered that 5 of his cows and 6 calves were missing, and that wasn't all.
So I got this place across the road. I opened the gate over there, went over and opened it, and it had the lock locked off it. I thought, what would they be doing in here?
What they were doing was stealing Harold's trailer to steal his cattle. Harold Lowell was fortunate. A few days later, the Ag Department's special agents got a tip from a suspicious sale barn operator, and agents apprehended the suspects along with most of Harold's cattle and his trailer, which the thieves had spent a lot of time repainting with the intention of selling for a good price. Crimes on the farm are not restricted to cattle rustling. Thieves are also targeting hay, now going for premium prices because of the ongoing drought, and one other big target of thieves, aluminum irrigation pipe.
We just put 2 people in the penitentiary, a man and his son, that were doing that, and stealing around all the way from Caddo County up through Grady County and all the way over to Hughes County.
Oklahoma is a non-branding state, and with so many cattle not permanently marked, the rangers and special agents have to rely on DNA to help identify stolen cattle when possible. Livestock owners are still urged to brand their animals, avoid putting catch pens near the road, take pictures of their equipment and tack, and count their livestock often.